backrooms have fundamentally been ruined.
I really hate to say it, lads, but the backrooms, the internet's kind of ruined them.
Trying to explain or give lore to something that was just a simple 4chan post it doesn't really work.
Hey, Quandale Dingle here. I just... Jesse!
The Backrooms. It's a controversial phenomenon that has captivated the internet for a few years now. It's said to be a vast network of interconnected rooms existing outside of a reality, and only accessible through certain methods. But the origins of the Backrooms are shrouded in a mystery, with some theorizing it's a parallel universe, or more theorizing it's a creation of a secret government organization, possibly for the purpose of experimentation or as means as monitoring or manipulating individuals. But I like to believe it's a manifestation of the collective subconscious. In this documentary, I will be going over the Backrooms, the myths that are circulating, why the Backrooms is dying, and an inside look in the Backrooms and Minecraft. More on that later. Now, the Backrooms used to be the perfect example of liminal spaces. However, you may have seen by now, it's been tainted by memes and even its own community, which is weird to say because it's the same community that gave the Backrooms life to begin with. A simple YouTube search shows you the seemingly endless amount of Backrooms-inspired content. The further down the rabbit hole you go, the more you'll find this isn't just the Backrooms anymore. It's so much more. But I'd like to mention two things. The Backrooms are subjective. Depending on who you ask, you may be told a completely different story, leaving you with much debate and speculation. One of the earliest references of the Backrooms was from M.C. Escher's painting of Relativity, first printed in December of 1953, which depicts a seemingly infinite staircase and non-Euclidean space. Some may argue that this painting may have been an inspiration for the concept of the Backrooms. But you might be asking yourself, who cares? Or more importantly, what is the Backrooms? The first image posted about the Backrooms was on a 4chan post in May of 2019 on a thread about unsettling images. However, the origin of the photo seems to be a mystery of its own. Knowing the internet's ability to find anything, it seems like the internet was unable to find the origin of the photo. An unknown user commented under the original post, reading,
"If you're not careful and you clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the Backrooms, where it's nothing but the stink of old moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, the endless background noise of fluorescent lights at maximum hum buzz, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something wandering nearby, because it sure as hell heard you."
It didn't take long for users to repost, but let's follow the theory of the collective subconscious. The Backrooms are a manifestation of memories and perceptions of reality that have become distorted and altered. And now that I've mentioned this, I'm going to show you 10 photos. Did any of these photos feel familiar but not quite? Did you attach any memory? Can you imagine these photos in a past memory of yours? If you said yes to any of these, you experienced the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect is a phenomenon where people believe an event occurred when it did not, or remember it completely differently. Countless of people claimed or even remember being stuck in the Backrooms. A vivid imagination plus the Mandela effect can be blamed for this. Now, the Backrooms is a community-created story based on people's perceptions and memories colliding with each other. I'm going to show you 2 more photos, but I want you to try your best to describe as many items as you can see. Now, accurately tell me at least 7 items that you saw. What I just showed you are pictures designed to give you the simulated experience of having a stroke, particularly in the occipital lobe of the cerebral cortex, where visual perception occurs. Everything looks hauntingly familiar, but you can't quite recognize anything. The reason I showed you that was because the Backrooms is a space where everything looks hauntingly familiar, but you can't quite recognize anything. I think it's time to entertain the idea that the Backrooms really do exist. Let's say somehow we no-clipped in the wrong areas and created a rip in the fabric of reality, and we are now stuck within the Backrooms. I must have spawned into the game of Minecraft. Following a typical nightmare pattern, I was out on my own, minding my own business, wandering in the dark. On my way home, something toppled over me. I was panicking, couldn't breathe. I began swinging my arms aimlessly into the air in an attempt to get whatever's on top of me off of me. I started to see a white light. I thought I was going to die. I didn't. I began to wake up with no idea where I was. I was stuck in a room with the stink of old moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, the endless background noise of fluorescent lights at maximum hum buzz. Where am I? Hello? Anyone? Is anyone here? Hello? Anyone? I guess it'd probably be better to look for an exit. Every room seems odd, as if it repeats. Infinitely, almost. Great. My first dead end. Who made this place? Where even am I? It stinks. This wallpaper seems rather familiar. I don't know from where though. Maybe my grandma's basement? This room seems to be different from the others. It has dots. Nothing important. How do I get out of here? Oh, more dawns. There's a song that just began to play in my head as I walked. Seems odd. Wait. This room seems different. The lights are off. The walls, they're torn apart. The carpet seems dirtier than normal. It's much scarier in here. Must be puke. I can see the wood. I hear something though. What is that? I do not want to stick around to find out what that is. There's this thing calling me. I hear it. A portal. After all that, you may have noticed that I haven't included or talked about a single meme. That's because I thought it would have been weird. Imagine you're watching an episode of Breaking Bad, and all of a sudden, a normal scene suddenly becomes a meme. Kinda throws you off, right? That's exactly how it would have been if I showed you the countless memes that are in the Backrooms, plus the number of out-of-place levels that there are. I only showed you 3 levels because that's the story I learned first. The community tends to agree that level 0, the lobby, the Backrooms, is the first level that you no-clip into in the beginning of your journey. But after that, it tends to get subjective. Going in no particular order, I'll show you that some of the levels that are within the Backrooms. Squidward's Alone level, Tents, Airport, High School, Infinite Doors, Infinite Lockers, the Portal Room from Minecraft Story Mode, Empty Office, Pipe Dreams, the Windows 95 wallpaper, Habitable Zone, Massive Warehouse, Lights Out, Phasmophobia, Cave System, Claustrophobia, Gated Corridors, Wired Industry, Subway Station, 922-3372036-854-7758. I'm gonna stop right there. I could go on and on about the number of rooms or levels, but this video would never be done. Plus, I'm also poking a bit of fun here, but the point still gets across there's way too many levels. Don't get me wrong, while there's people who bring chaos to the image of the Backrooms, there's also people who create amazing Backrooms content, such as the Backrooms YouTube series directed by Kane Pixels. This Backrooms series has gotten so popular that on the 6th of February 2023, A24 announced they're working on a live film adaptation. Directing would be Kane Pixels, teaming up with horror directors James Wan, Michael Clear, as well as Sean Levy. Which is amazing for the community because we finally get the story on the big screen. More people will understand or at least know the story of it, or a version of it, better said, but we can't forget about the Backrooms-inspired games, such as Within the Backrooms, developed and produced by Andrew Brins and it's also composed by Az. The game follows an exploration of 11 liminal spaces, such as the lobby, an empty mall, and 9 other levels. The game replicates a PS1-style graphics with jagged edges and pixelated textures. Now, I've said this before, but the Backrooms are subjective. If you ask me for my opinion, I'll tell you that there's only 3 Backrooms levels. The Backrooms, the hallway, the steam pipes. That's it. As a community-created story, I will say the Backrooms will always be my favorite, and also the most interesting. With the community keeping the story original, or those who love to expand on it, the Backrooms still remains fresh. Unless the community stops producing the story, the Backrooms will never die.